Question number 40. Basahin natin. The City Council of Metro Veritas. Let me have the ink. Enacts a new ordinance imposing special paper excise tax, 20%, on gross value of all newsprint, paper, and ink. Dito sila mag-impose sa newsprint, paper, and ink. Any entity publishing a printed periodical with a quarterly circulation exceeding 50,000 copies. The two primary entities affected are, so ito yung mga affected ngayon, the Holy World Herald, a non-stock non-profit religious organizations, daily newspaper, whose entire net income is used for religious purpose. Ang ikalawang apektado is the Veritas Daily, a major commercial for-profit newspaper. Now, both entities filed suit arguing na the tax is unconstitutional, yung kanilang argument. Limitation on the power of taxation. Ngayon, which statement most accurately captures the common ground? Ano yung common ground ng dalawa? Of the constitutional violation for both Holy Word, Herald, and Veritas. Now, kung titingnan natin, so ganito ang nangyari, nagkaroon ng bagong batas, excise tax. 20% daw sa lahat ng newsprint, paper, at saka ink. Used by any entity with a quarterly circulation exceeding 50,000 copies. Okay? Publishing a printed periodical, used by entity publishing a printed periodical with a circle of 50,000. So this is an excise tax, okay, on those. So dalawa ang kasi dalawa ang apektado dito, yung Holy Word Herald na meron din silang newspaper, pero religious organization sila. Lahat ng kanilang net income is ibinibigay doon sa religious purposes. However, this newspaper is not part of the religious activities, as you can see. Ikalawa is Veritas Daily, a major commercial for profit. So this one is for profit, but this one is a press. Again, this one is religion. Okay, so nagreklamo sila, it's because there is a violation of against the Constitution. So hanapin natin kung ano yung statement with most accurate captures the common ground of the constitutional violation. Ano kaya dito? Una is, the common violation is the infringement of constitutional mandate of uniformity. Walang uniformity dito. This is not about uniformity or equal protection of law. This is about the press freedom at saka yung religious exemption. Okay. And the 20% tax rate is not equitable. Again, it's more irrelevant now, and it's not talking about that. So, hindi ito yung natin, yung choice natin. Yung ikalawa naman, letter B, the common violation is non-infringement of religious freedom for the Herald. Kung balikan natin yung non-infringement of religious freedom, ang pinagbawal lang doon ng Constitution ay ang paglalagay ng license fee. Ang ibig sabihin, hindi mo kailangan i-regulate yung religious activity or yung religious freedom ng tao that is guaranteed by the Constitution. So, bawal mag-impose ng license fee na kukuha muna ng lisensya bago sila mag-exercise ng kanilang religion. So, it's not allowed by the Constitution. So, ganun yung non-infringement of religious freedom. Hindi pagdating sa tax. Pagdating sa tax, kung meron mga activity yung mga religious organization na hindi saklaw doon sa pag-i-exempted nila. Sa example, yung paggamit nila ng properties na ginagamit nila sa simbahan, yon ay exempted sa real property tax. Yun namang mga collection nila in connection doon sa kanilang religious freedom. For example, yung mga tithes and offerings, those are not covered by the yung income tax or whatever tax is that. So, exempted sila pagdating dyan. ito naman yung non-infringement, itong ikalawa, non-infringement of freedom of the press. Ang ipinagbawal lang dito is yung pagbibigay ng restraint. Ang description nila is prior restraint. Yung nilalagyan ng kondisyon bago magkapag-exercise ng kanilang freedom of the press. Kung mayroon kang ganyan, if you take a tax as a condition before they can exercise, bago sila makipag-exercise ng freedom of the press, yun yung ipinagbawal ng Constitution. So dito, walang nangyari na ganyan. So discriminatory is not a ground for invalidation according to the Constitution. Kahit na, well dito, but sinasabi dito kasi may discriminatory daw. Kailangan ma-apply sa lahat, hindi lang sa dalawa doon sa mano. Pero again, hindi naman ito, this one is for those who have exceeding 50,000 copies. It does not describe or intend to only 2 newspaper print. Nagkataon lang na sila ang na dito sa, na-cover dito sa tax because they qualified maybe for the 50,000 copies. So kaya nagreklamo sila. But however, again, it does not mention a particular press or religious organization that intended for that new tax or excise tax. Letter C naman, ang common ground daw is the tax on the material inputs of both religious and commercial papers is an indirect tax, which is permissible provided that the tax does not amount to virtual destruction and suppression. Yun. Wala namang ipinagbawal. Pagdating sa taxation, yung religious organization at saka yung press, they could be subject to tax. Okay, for example, sa religious, ang masasubject to tax kung mayroon silang mga non-unrelated to religious activities na mga income na galing dyan. Example, kung mayroon silang lupa, pinarenta nila, that is taxable. That is not covered with their exemption. Dito naman sa press naman, taxable talaga yan sila. Okay? So, ang mangyari dito, ang nagkataon lang kasi ang ginagamit nila na material inputs ay papatawan ng tax na 20%. So, masyadong mabigat sa kanila ang magiging resulta niyan. However, hindi yan sinasabi na bawal if ganyan yung kasi wala namang any dito, any data or information na that is showing na yung pagpataw ng tax na 20% could result to destruction. So, sinasabi lang dito sa C, as long as it is permissible, basta lang na wala siyang natawag na virtual destruction or suppression of the exercise. Kasi pag halimbawa, kung sobra-sobra talaga yan, then it has to be stopped. And yung korte lang, yung Supreme Court, ang only na makapagsabi niyan using the safeguards provided by the Constitution. So, letter C is, probably the answer. Ang letter D naman is the tax is unconstitutional daw for both because the freedom of the press and the non-infringement of religious freedom share the limitation that the taxing power cannot be used to impose prior restraint. Walang prior restraint dito. Wala naman sinasabi that if they cannot pay indirect tax or walang sinasabi dito that they need first to pay the indirect tax before they can do the activities. At tutuusin natin, at kung tutuusin mo, again, as long as they can afford to pay for that, hindi yan magsisilbing prior restraint. Hindi din yan license fee on the privilege. So therefore, hindi ma-apply itong tinatawag na prior restraint. That is, ito talaga yung pinagbawal ng Constitution. Now, so, balikan natin ha. Mangyari is, si freedom of the press, sabi dito na kung ang newspaper are generally not exempt, hindi talaga exempt yung newspaper ha, Then from the non-discriminatory tax, okay, hindi siya exempt pagdating dyan. So, kung siya ang masubject, siya ang masubject. Again, kasi ang tax imposed directly on the privilege of publishing or a tax essential materials like newsprint and ink that is so heavy and threaten the paper's survival is unconstitutional burden. The Supreme Court has held the power to tax is the power to destroy only if the power is misused for unconstitutional end. The freedom of the press is protected by the taxes that is amount to its suppression or total destruction. Yun. So, well, if that is the case, kung mayroong ganyan talaga na mangyayari, then pwede siyang i-declare na invalid yung bagong tax. Pero kung wala, then it has to go on. Ito namang non-infringement of religious freedom, ang exemption kasi ng simbahan is nandun sa kanilang property, religious institutions from property tax. It does not extend to the income. So, therefore, itong newspaper kasi is hindi kasi yan religious freedom, part of the religious freedom. So, therefore, that is subject to tax. So, but the government cannot exact special heavy tax that abridges or unduly burdens. Kumbaga, kung sadyain mo na ganun, para sa which is a burden to exercise the religious activity, though its customary means of communication such as religious newspaper. The high tax on essential materials effectively suppresses the distribution of religious ideas. Okay, but anyway, ang point lang again, it must not be so excessive that will result to power to destroy. So again, when it comes to this excise tax with the revenue, raising revenue purpose, that is allowed again, but it should not again resulted to destruction. So in here, there's no such thing as given that it would lead to that. So therefore, the answer is C, na which is permissible. Okay, mayroon lang mga condition. Okay, at yon na it would not lead to virtual destruction.